Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Well, for pretty much the whole world, everyone knows what is happening, and that is the coronavirus. For me, I'm high risk, and here is my explanation why. So, if you've been subscribed for some time now and have watched some of my older videos, you know that I did not have a good year last year. Last year I was diagnosed with a rare 1 in a million disease called aplastic anemia, and essentially what that is bone marrow failure. So for me, what I went through last year is a bone marrow transplant. I went through 8 rounds of chemotherapy. I was on immunosuppressants until October 31st, and I was on a bunch of other medication like prednisone, supplements, antivirals, etc. A lot of stuff that my body went through last year. So right now, you might think, if you just saw me on the street, oh, you just look like a healthy, average young person, but in reality, I am immunocompromised. My immune system isn't it. Last month, on February 17th, I ended up in the hospital from a viral infection in my gland in my throat right here, and I had 39-degree fever from that. I felt like a walking corpse. I was shaking, had a fever, had the chills. I felt like absolute poo-poo. My throat really hurt. I felt like, I just felt awful. So here comes the coronavirus. I am in Canada, and today is March 26, 2019. I meant to say 2020. And there is like 3,500 cases practically. I filmed this like 2 days ago, and now there is like 4,500. Kind of nervous. Maybe 5,000. I'm not really sure. And I'm scared, not gonna lie. I'm actually really scared for my own safety, because I'm not gonna leave my house, so I know I'm fine and safe in my house, but if I ended up getting the coronavirus, I don't have a good immune system to fight that off from my viral infection. I ended up in the hospital from that, so I know if I ended up getting the coronavirus, I would be one of those few people that end up needing to have like extreme medical attention. And where I live is a quieter place in Canada, but there is a whole bunch of towns around me, like a couple hours away, etc. And in my town is the main hospital, the one and only hospital, with 6 ICU units. And knowing that if I do get sick, and with everybody else right now, it could be really bad for me. I may not get the medical assistance that I need to recover from coronavirus. So that is why I'm not gonna risk my life and go outside and be very selfish, like what a lot of people are doing, going out, hanging out with friends. That's not acceptable in a times like this. We are going through a literal pandemic. People are losing their lives globally around it, and people still think it's okay to allow others into your home that you don't know where they were. They could be a person that is just going around town, going to places, into the grocery store, touching things, not being very sanitary, not washing their hands, touching their face. I'm not risking any of that, and I'm just gonna wait till this whole ordeal blows over before I can go out and about to the grocery store, to hang out with my boyfriend, etc. I'm just gonna stay in my house with my dogs and just vibe. Like, this whole pandemic thing is absolutely kind of terrifying. Like, globally, like cities are shut down, countries are under quarantine. You are not allowed to leave your house in some places. There's police, army forces, etc., etc. Like, we haven't been through anything of this, like the younger generations. Like, I find it terrifying knowing that probably soon Canada and British Columbia, where I am located, like, we will probably be seeing that soon, because like, I just don't even know anymore. I don't even know what to say. There's like 400,000 cases globally, and people are like, it's just the flu. It's not just the flu. If it was just the flu, why would governments globally around the world be shutting everything down? Like, when H1N1, swine flu, Ebola, etc., when those were happening around the world, places around the world were not closing down everything. Like, I'm scared. Like, just in February, I was like applying to finally get a job, but now I probably will not be getting a part-time job anytime soon. So, you know, that's fine with me. The world is a scary place right now, and I'm okay, and I just hope all of you guys are okay, your families are safe and healthy, because some people will be like, it's just the coronavirus, I don't care if I get it, but like, you may have an underlying condition that you may not be aware of. You could have like things wrong with your body and you not be aware of it. Like, for me, I have a really weak immune system, so for my own safety, I'm staying home. But for other people, they could have kidney problems, heart problems, could be on dialysis, could be on heart medication, immunosuppressants, cancer therapy treatments, old age, etc., etc. The list goes on. There are a lot of health problems that a lot of people have. So the reason why this is just not like the flu, because the flu won't wipe out lots of people. The flu won't be closing down places. And like, with this, nobody is vaccinated against it. If you released it all into, if you release the coronavirus into like a school, everybody is going to get it, because no one has a defense against it. You are all susceptible to getting the coronavirus, and that is why it's so bad, because if you all get it at once, there are so many people out there that are also in my situation, where you could end up on a ventilator, on life support, etc., etc., and that can be all avoided if the weak like me stay home, where I hope you guys are, because this is not a joke. It's not a laughing matter to laugh about. Anything to deal with health is not a laughing matter. Last year I dealt with a lot of inappropriate, immature people cracking cancer jokes, and that was not funny. I don't understand why people think it's funny to laugh about something so serious. Someone who is fighting for their life, who is dying, fighting for their life. That is not something to laugh about whatsoever. And that's my little rant. I just don't really know. I really don't want this to last months, even though it probably is going to last months. I just kind of want this pandemic to be over, because I'm bored. I want to go to the thrift stores and have a good time, you know? Because last year, I was basically quarantined inside the hospital for 50 days during my inpatient days, and it sucked. I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital floor. I just had to walk around that floor to get my little exercise, and that was it. I wasn't allowed to go down to the stores in the hospital to get a food that I actually liked. I had to suck it up and deal with it and eat nasty hospital food for like 50 days. So just think about that when you're upset about quarantine, because there are people in way worse situations I had to go through last year, eating disgusting hospital food and being by myself a lot because no one really came to visit me that much. I went like 5 days without a visitor one time, and like the nurses were like, do we need to call one of your family members or a friend to come see you right now? And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm an introvert. It's fine. I like my alone time. And that's it. So anyways, I pray that this ends soon, and just know we're all gonna get through it. We're all gonna be thriving in the future. We will all be at the beach having a great day, but we just gotta wait for it. We just have to wait for it. But don't be scared, because just know if you're staying isolated inside your house, just know you are fine. And if you do have to go to the grocery store, just make sure you don't touch your face. If someone sneezes, coughs around you, hold your breath, literally. Don't breathe in their cough, sneeze germs, and wash your hands. And try to avoid touching a lot of things, even though you have to grab things. Wear gloves, you know? Wear a mask. Because you could totally avoid getting the coronavirus if you just take extreme precautions, you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm a skedaddle, and I hope you are staying safe during the scary pandemic times, and that's the tea, guys. I will see you guys later, and stay safe, because I love each and every single one of you guys. You guys make me happy.